Number 9 for me, Jake. Number 9 for me, I got the Los Angeles Chargers. I got the Los Angeles Chargers from my side on my side last year. I think they were a little bit higher, but they dropped down to 9 for me. We talk about the wide receiver room with Quentin Johnston. We were like, is this a fit? We're not sure. Because we got Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. You mentioned having some type of a flashier player, more of a bolt or a lightning to be injected. But I do think Quentin Johnston will be that guy. Coming from, I would say, just the school he came from with that championship caliber team, he's going to be able to bring that experience from TCU. He's going to be able to bring that to the Chargers. So I love that pickup there. Immediately they help out Justin Herbert, and that's what we want to see. We want to make sure that our quarterback, who's last year his ribs were a little bit torn up, right? But he's going to be able to sling that football around nicely to another receiver, another threat. So that's always good to see. And even going into and then they also address the defensive side. So Tuipulotu, rushing the passer. We talked about the Chargers, their defensive line being super stout, and so they added someone else to that stout defensive line. It kind of reminds me of the Raiders a little bit, where the Raiders, like, hey, we have an influx of great defensive ends and great defensive tackles. Like, what are we going to do with them? So I think the Chargers have that great problem where it's like, all right, we got these elite players on the defensive line. What are we going to do with them? So I think that's just dangerous in itself. You think about the Eagles. So we're going to talk about them, I'm sure, a little bit later, but they're amping up on their defensive line. And so when you think about, Jake, a quarterback stepping in to play a football game and you're lined up against some monsters, that's tough. That's a long day at the office. You just know, like, hey, I got to get this ball out within 2 to 3 seconds. If not, my wife's going to be complaining back at home because my neck's going to be hurt. So no, but I love the pickups from the Chargers. We talk about some of the receivers, Darius Davis. I know we talk about having that gadget type player. I think the Chargers kind of address that there. So they got 3 monsters that can go for the deep ball, 50-50 balls, red zone, and then we got Darius Davis who can be there, your gadget guy, and then Max Duggan. Jake, the fact that they got him at number 7, that's insane. So we got someone who can step up off the bench and go win football games. He wins the national championship. The fact that you got him at the 7th round, that's excellent. Chargers, number 9 for me on the power list.
So I like the Chargers. They didn't make my list. Yeah, I thought they had a solid draft, like you and I discussed. I do think that, there's something missing with them. I guess really what it comes down to is, I don't know if it's coaching or just late in games, the Chargers do not finish well. And I think we saw that against the Jaguars last year in the playoffs. Perfect example of that, where you have a guy in Trevor Lawrence who threw 4 or 5 interceptions, was able to come away with a win. That shouldn't happen. It's not like it hasn't happened before because cough, cough, Russell Wilson did it. But they have the talent. Don't get me wrong. And Justin Herbert, I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks in football. I mean, he's fantastic. I don't know what's going on with Austin Eckler. I think that's one thing I really need to figure out. Where's Austin Eckler playing football next year? Is he staying with the Chargers? Like, that's up in the air to me. So I don't really know. I'm not comfortable putting him in the top 10.